Hello, good
Hello,
night, good
hello, good
night.
night, everybody.
It's awesome to be back here.
Yes, yes. I haven't been here for a little while, but I'm
Yes,
happy to be here tonight.
we have been missing you. We have been missing you, Jimmy Hoyt is on the house with us tonight, and this is Face
Face
It
it
and
and
Fix
fix it.
It. Women's episode, and this theme, Jimmy, I'm so fired up because the theme of this month is Sisters Beyond Borders. What do you think
Borders.
about that, Jimmy?
I think it's an amazing team. We have a lot of women in the wider world who are, facing issues just as we are facing issues here in Trinidad and Tobago. And, we want to hear from them. We want to hear how we can collaborate and how we can, develop solutions together for some of these issues.
Awesome. And you know that as we always tell our audience, if you are there right now, I want you to tell me where are you tuning from? And we
Yes,
have Rennie
comment,
Princess Cross. Good
comment.
night. Oh, she say happy to be here. So I want you to start to share this live. Share it. Because tonight we have a treat for you. Remember, this is women's episode, Face It and Fix It. And we always give you the best of the best. So I know that we are excited to bring our guests tonight.
Yes.
Jimmy, can we start giving them a little hint? Are we ready for our guests?
We are ready. We are ready.
So, without any further ado, we are sharing stage tonight with
With the
three
beautiful ladies
awesome,
of
beautiful young
Suriname.
ladies.
Suriname is representing tonight, ladies. Suriname.
Welcome,
Hi.
welcome, Judy-Ann Venloo. Welcome,
Yes.
Georgesette, and welcome, Soke 𝐤𝐿𝐬. And I think I get it
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Yes, you
Yes.
did,
Yes, you did.
Lucia.
So we want to
Yes.
really
You got
keep
it right.
Jimmy, I see these three young, beautiful ladies. I don't like to say I'm a little past the age, but I know that you have a packed session, with them, still on the Gen Z, I will say, and I want you to take it away. Um, let us converse with them, what they have to say. And remember, this is Face It and Fix It Women's episode. I want you to start to share it. And if you are there as Alisa Davids, good night. Glad to be here. And she's tuning in from TNT. If you are there, let us know where are you tuning from and let the program start. Take it away, Jimmy.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks so very much, Lucia, for that introduction of Face It and Fix It. Yes, another episode of Face It and Fix It. This time we're looking at Beyond Borders. We're looking at our sisters beyond borders because, as I said before, you know, we all are women and we all face similar issues, no matter where we are in the world, which country we're from. We have similar issues. We deal with similar things. And both Lucy and myself would have traveled to Suriname recently, and we'd have been introduced to Judy, and she would have shared some of the issues that some of the Surinamese women would have been facing, and she basically shared with us that her interest for supporting, encouraging, motivating, and helping women. So that is why we are here today, because we want to give voice to some of these women and their issues in Suriname, and that is what we are about here with Face It and Fix It. So without further ado, I want to turn the mic over to our beautiful women of Suriname, just to introduce themselves, tell us where they are from, and what, their passions. So I want to pass it over firstly to Judy-Ann Venloo.
Yes. As you hear, my name is Judy-Ann Venloo. I'm from Suriname, and yes, I came in contact with women by Miss Regina. Firstly, I want to share with you that my profession is customer service. I like
Awesome.
it. I like the job to do customer service because I love listen to people and motivate, um, seek solution for people.
Awesome.
That's what I'm passionate about. And yes, that's it. And here I have two other beautiful ladies. from
Awesome.
Suriname, and they will
Thanks so much.
also,
Thanks so much
yes.
for sharing that. Let's go to Georgesette.
Yes, thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Georgesette. I'm also from Suriname, but currently residing in Turkey because I'm a master student here. After that I'm heading back home. You know, I'm passionate about setting an example for especially people, children, and
Yeah,
women in underprivileged neighborhoods in my country. So, and my profession is that I'm busy with economics, but most
economics. Yeah.
especially with marketing. So that's me. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thanks so very much for joining us tonight. And then we have Soke.
Yes, good night, everyone. My name is Soke 𝐤𝐬𝐿. I came in contact with women through Judy-Ann. We went to the university together, also high school. My profession is a policy officer, and I'm also an entrepreneur. So I am policy officer at the Ministry of Land and Forest Management in Suriname, and I am how do you say that? Yes, real estate agent.
Real estate.
Currently I am a little bit busy. I have to get to another call with because I was also chosen as a fellow for the wildlife program.
Oh,
And
wow.
I will be traveling next week and also in May. So we are wrapping up a lot of stuff. So I'm glad to be here, but I will leave shortly. But
Yes.
I think I will stay on the call though to maybe if I can get a record or something, I will just follow it back then after the call is due.
So we are glad to have all of you here. And you're speaking to a fellow wild liar. So good job, good job. And
Yes, thank
congratulations to
you.
you on that journey.
Yes.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for our viewing our audience, we welcome you to this segment of Face It and Fix It, where we talk to our sisters beyond borders, and we're in company with Judy-Ann, Venloo, Georgesette, and Soke from Suriname. And they introduce themselves and very well and very much so. We have economists, we have policy officers, we have persons who deal with people on the ground, so they know, and hear the cries or the challenges of women that that they speak to on a daily basis in Suriname. But before we get into the hype of things and the questioning, I want to hear, tell us a little bit about Suriname. What's the best thing to eat when I come to Suriname, or where the best place to visit when I go there? Tell us a little bit about your culture.
So, first of all, Suriname is a very beautiful place. I
I
recommend
agree.
everyone to come here, for tourism, etc. And you can have everything. We have different types of food because
Yes.
we are from a different, we have different cultures. We have Indian, we have, yes, everything.
All cultures,
Um,
yes.
yes, multicultural, and the best thing to eat here is pompaste.
Paste.
Yes,
Thanks so much. Anything
yes.
to add on that,
Um,
Joseph?
such a
Yeah, just like Judy-Ann said, like we're so diverse. So actually, just pick
yes,
what your taste buds wants. Is it
Mm,
yes,
indigenous? Is it from our maroon brothers and sisters? What do you want? We have a lot. Just pick, So yeah.
yeah,
yes,
And
wide
also our
variety.
nature. It's something that we're famous of,
yes.
Awesome.
So that's
So
Our
yeah,
something.
food,
last week at the beginning of February we had the opportunity to be there, and there was I think food fair or food market hosted by Telesur, and we got to taste all the cuisines across Suriname. You had the roti, you had the
Mhm.
Chinese food, the bami, the pong, all of these things. Really, really tasty foods, and I'd recommend anybody to take a visit to Suriname and just to try the food if it's just that. Right?
yeah.
Wonderful ladies. So let's get into it. Right? So I want you all to, and we'll start with Judy-Ann, tell us how tell us about your passion, for working with women and, working with women in your country, and why is it so important, to support and to empower women in Suriname?
Okay. First of all, your organization, it the mission of your organization told me that you want to help every woman, girls and women, and it's about helping the one in need, the one who needs it to grow in enterprise, in uh, everything. So you want to help them by giving them aid programs and counseling, and that is what we need here. Every woman needs it. If they're sitting with problems, they have to go.
Mm-hmm.
They must go somewhere to seek for a solution, and that's why I'm passionate to work with you. Um, yes, I see the problem that we are facing here right now in Suriname, and Suriname needs it. Yes, I love the idea of women that
Mm-hmm.
you are open to help us, and I was so glad to hear that I can be part of you guys. Yes, that's
Awesome, awesome.
yes,
Thanks,
yes.
Trina. And Georgesette, any like, what are your passions in when it comes to working with women and girls, and what are some of the things you're hearing on the ground in Suriname?
So where I'm from, actually, women were not really in a vulnerable position
Mm-hmm.
because as a member of many organizations, I that's just where I saw women thriving. Like getting the positions, learning a lot, being the chair of this and that, setting
Yes.
up projects for a variety of things. But as I grew older, I saw that it's not even more about being educated because that was something like the education part and being able to develop yourself. But it's more like the other side of life. For example, violence.
Mm-hmm.
That's something. It's a lot these past years. So what can we do, especially as a nation
Yeah.
and regionally? What can we do? Because I didn't know that it was a regional issue, but it turns out that it is a regional issue. So yeah, well, what can we do about that part? And then Judy-Ann introduced me to women because usually when I hear women stuff, it's more something that runs to
Yeah,
gender,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gender-based
but yeah,
violence and
and that's like, okay, we're not weak. So, but it's more than just that. So, yeah, on that level, like violence, I see that we are mentally growing as well because
yeah.
a lot of women are setting up platforms for mental health issues.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're there for each other, but let's say the physical part of life. How do we go about that in protecting our women? So that's something for me.
Definitely. I think when you look at the daily life of a woman, you would see that there's so many areas and facets where, we are challenged, be it gender-based violence, be it political violence, be it glass ceiling issues, women not being given positions that they are qualified for, and some of all of these cultural and social norms, limited access to health care, child marriage and early pregnancy. These are many of the issues women face, and as I said before, and I'll say it again, it's not just with us here in Trinidad and Tobago. These are the things women all over the world, are facing. And what are the approach, what are the strategies our leaders are taking to address some of these things, and there's so many different organizations, NGOs, for-profit organizations, international organizations, government agencies that tackle some of the issues that women are facing. But one of the things that they look at these issues at is that They look at it from maybe a one-sided approach or maybe a one issue approach. But what woman is saying, these issues need to be looked at from a multi-solution approach. You just have to understand, okay, what are these challenges? How are we going to deal with them? How are we going to address them? You understand? And instead of working in silos with different agencies doing this and doing that, why not come together and really put together a solid plan that works for the betterment of all women, right? In Suriname, in Trinidad and Tobago, in Guyana, in Grenada, in Barbados, women all over the world. So I think that is a challenge for our leaders, for them to put their heads together and come up with something that can work in that particular way. But I really want to get into, like the issues, we spoke with Judy-Ann in Suriname, and should have mentioned a couple of those issues, some of those deep-rooted issues women in Suriname are facing, because as much as we have similar challenges due to culture and different issues, women may have varying situations to deal with, and it may be more prevalent in one country or less prevalent in another country, right? So what are some of those maybe prevalent issues that comes with culture, or women in general in Suriname? What are some of those issues that women are facing?
So, as Sasheta said earlier, it's not about the educating
Yeah.
phase. That is, we've been through that, and that is getting better. It's more about the financial phase, the phase where, um, okay, maybe I'm beginning wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe it is the my opinion is that women are dealing with having a business and a family.
Mm-hmm.
To manage that, it is very difficult. So I like to get into that, how we can help those women to improve, to have both business and family, and to manage them both equally. And it's very difficult to get a solution, and I hope we can get through this too, like how we get through the education phase.
Right.
So that's it. Hmm.
Thanks so much for that, Judy-Ann. Yes, in modern days, in nowadays, as Georgesette said and Judy-Ann also mentioned, the issue is not really education, because I think a lot of women are really doing better for themselves, going back to school, doing short courses, trying to open a business, because they understand that, they need to subsidize their income in the household, they need to contribute to it as well. They understand that. So we're doing a better job at educating ourselves and preparing ourselves for life in general, right? So what Judy-Ann is saying is that one of the biggest challenge is that, yes, we're becoming independent, yes, we're going out and starting jobs, being entrepreneurs, but we also want to balance family life. We want to get married, we want to have kids, we want to manage a household, and the issue that is arising there is, how can we do it? So we'll get back to that. And for our audience viewing at home, please share in the comments some of these solutions. We'd love to see some of that, because our discussion here tonight is, just merely an introduction to some of these challenges from us Surinamese young ladies here tonight, and just hearing from them. So we would love to get from the audience, how can we address some of those challenges, right? So I'll turn it over to Georgesette now to share, and to kind of add to what Judy-Ann said.
Yeah, I think it's nice that there's a perspective that we're past the part of being educated. Okay, and now it's the financial thing. I think one thing that we shouldn't skip is the involvement of our men. Because we shouldn't only focus on, okay, we as women, we have to thrive. Example, the household is an issue, right? We have to
Yes,
find a good balance. How you will you balance it if you have somebody else in the household and you just focus on yourself and
yeah,
you want to balance it all out on your own? That's something we have to look at, the involvement of the men in our life. You want to have that balance, but you have a partner.
yes.
That's
Yeah.
where the balance start. Not only like, how do I put
You're
it,
trying to
like
figure out
for
your life.
yourself.
Yeah, for
That's not
yourself.
that won't ever be a solution if you ask me. I
Yes.
think that, let's say, single household parents, those are the ones that have it a bit more difficult. Because, okay, who will you balance it with? You're on your own with the kids and your business. So that's something. So if we say we will, let's say, assist with these things, we have to look at both groups and be very realistic as women and be honest
Yeah.
that on our own, the whole balancing thing, it won't work out. It would just be, a happy place and just something else like, oh, we want to be more independent. You're already independent. What do you want?
Yes.
So that's something we will have to look at as well, the involvement of the men.
I think
I
that
love
is
it.
a yeah, go ahead, Judy.
Yes. It's very wise. It's very wise, Saoirse, that you get into the balance of the household, that men and women have to balance themselves to get through this challenge, because you can't do it on your own. We are focusing on women, but we need the men. That's very wise. I love it, Saoirse. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so very much for that point because
Yeah,
men are super important. They are
yeah,
really important in our lives. That brings us to a whole nother discussion, ladies. I mean, we're not going into that discussion tonight. We need to have a separate face it and fix it for that entire discussion. But it is really important for us as young ladies to, pick the right partner, and
yes,
I will say that because sometimes we may not know that okay, this person is the right one, but be wise, be wise in the choices that we make because we're gonna have to live with it. you know Pick somebody who will balance you out, as Joseph said. Pick someone who can compromise a bit, can understand you, can work together with you in setting a strong foundation for you all to build your family on. So that point about men in relationship, in assisting with balanced life is very important. And like I said, we'll have to get a separate day and time to discuss that in detail. All right, so thank you so very much, ladies, for sharing those points. I think we it's really good points for us to take tonight. We are at the point of getting ourselves knowledgeable, educating ourselves. We are at that point. Don't mind, there may be some of us who we still need to push, we still need to encourage, we still need to empower them. But now again, it's about that stability, that financial stability, and being able to manage life and balance that lifestyle as well. So just to go into some of our comments here from our audience, because I did throw a question out to them. I asked, how can we deal with that? How can we manage and balance life, for ourselves as women? I'm seeing Alyssa Davis is saying, perfectly said. That's probably just one of the points there. True, we forget the men in the household is there and they're there to support us, really and truly. Likewise, we are also there to support their dreams as well too. Mercy Venloo is saying thank you for the points. Yes, we need the men as well as allies. Very important point. You can't I don't see us going through life without that partner who will balance us out in our lives, you know. So again, make a wise decision when it comes to your partner, your life partner. Alyssa is saying again, so true. That's a whole other topic. Yes, yes, yes. It's another topic. And Renee is saying, Shayla is saying, as long as you have their support, which is important, we cannot stress it enough. And Renee is saying, support is crucial. It is very, very crucial, whether it's a partner, whether it's your family, your community, your village, support in any way, once it is positive support is important for us to try, for us to succeed, for us to move forward. So really thankful for all of those comments. Let's move right into our next question for our ladies here tonight. And we talked about some of the issues, right? We talked about some of those issues. I want to ask Judy-Ann this question now because for some of you all may know that women have launched their Thrive Women Business Development Program, and it's a program that really assists women in setting up their business and understanding how to manage their business, right? And Judy-Ann would have had the opportunity, to join us on that program, and benefited from at least 3 classes that we have had so far. So I just want to ask Judy-Ann, you know, how how are you enjoying the classes so far, and what you have learned, and just share how this can be beneficial to the women of Suriname.
Yes, sure. I have joined the program Thrive Women, and I can say I am learning very much of it. It is a very instructive program. I noticed that during the session, there are ladies who ask questions, and I learn from it. There are questions that I, for myself, don't think of, and when you hear it, you say, "Okay, that's a good point. I can
Yes,
take this. Yes, that is what I can use. Hey, that's a great idea. Hey, wow." So you learn from each other, and if you I am a very open person. I love to learn from others. That's
yeah,
why I was very excited to do this program and look how it is going. And I know that it will be very, very good for Suriname, um, especially for the girls, the ladies who want to start something and don't know how to
yeah.
start. So this will be very instructive for them.
Amazing,
And
amazing. So I'm seeing some of the ladies from that tribe program as well in the chats. You all feel free as well to support Judy-Ann on, how the program is going so far. In the meantime, I'm seeing a comment from Rahini Fraser, and the comment reads, when you have already picked a partner, the question becomes how to get him into supporting you. This is for the next Face It and Fix It. I do agree. I cannot agree more because, and I'll share this with you all ladies. Really and truly, our we had another session for this month's Face It and Fix It, and that person, something came up and we had to cancel that session. And we were fixated on topics, different topics. We say Valentine's Day just passed, Carnival just passed, International Girls in ICT Day passed as well, and we wanted to zone in, on some of these topics, and more so the topic on relationship and love. How are we thriving in love? How are we thriving in relationship? And it just so happened that at the very last minute we decided, let's bring our sisters, beyond borders from Suriname to share and to join us on tonight. So I think all of this is confirmation that we need to go back to that topic on, how do we get our partners to support us? And this is for the men as well too, because we have to act as that support for our partners as well. So that is confirmation there, ladies and gentlemen. We will get some powerhouse speakers and persons to join that session on, supporting each other, our partners supporting us as women as well too. So yes, woman is saying this is amazing. We are thriving together as women. Mercy is saying, well said, Judy-Ann. Hannah, hi, warm greetings from Curacao. Imagine that Curacao is in the house. Welcome, Hannah. We are happy to have you. So I want to pass, the mic to Josette and ask, what are some of the programs you think an organization like Women can bring to the women population of Suriname?
So maybe I can pass that question to
Yes,
Josette.
I'll pass it to Josette. Yes, yes.
So in that, I would have to say like sustaining your business, because we came from a period where we were screaming on the top of our lungs that entrepreneurship is important. Okay,
Yeah,
now our women are there. We're there. We have it. But now it's okay. It's not some. They have to understand that having a business is not something for a month or a year. How do we keep it running? That's
Yes.
something that we have to tap into.
functioning.
I think
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
many women need that. Not every woman goes to, we said education. Not everybody has that, especially when it comes to the business part. So that is something that where we would benefit as women. That's something that we need, because short courses are being taken. How to write a business plan, need not even that into
yeah,
depth, to
Yes.
be honest,
Yes.
yeah,
but like a short financial project. How do you do that? Okay, and then there's that. That's it. But there's
Yes.
nothing in that for sustainability. How
yeah,
do we keep our businesses running for 5 years and up? So
yeah.
that's something that I know we need. I know we need that.
And you say that, and that is a very powerful point. I mean, it might be a simple point, but it's a very powerful point when you say a business is not just for 1 month. I got chills when you said that because it is so true. I always use the analogy of a business is like your baby. You birth the baby, you have to take care of that baby. You have to feed it, breastfeed it. You have to bathe it. You have to show it. You have to rock it when it's crying. You have to be at the beck and call of that child. From the time it is born, even before it's born, when it's in your womb, you have to be taking care of yourself, taking your vitamins, ensuring that you are healthy to bring forth a healthy baby. And then you have to nurture that child all the way until maybe when they're 18 years old and they can now go off, go and do live life for themselves. Just so you have to nurture your business. You have to get up each and every morning understanding, well, what can I do for my business today? What am I going to do? Who am I going to network with? Who am I going to talk to? What projects am I going to put forward to expand my business? These are the things that you have to be thinking about every single day if you want to be successful in business and if you want
Yes.
to grow. I mean, it can be overwhelming at times,
Yes.
but you really have to look at a business like that. You're not just in business because I like the color pink and I want to start a cupcake company because I want to make pink cupcakes. It's not
Exactly.
like that.
Yes.
Judy-Ann, I see you wanted to say something.
Yes, I wanted to say something. It's true. You have to see your business like a baby. And then we go back to the support of your partners, your
Yes.
family, the finance, how you manage that. And that is also what we need to how to deal with those things to help your business grow and to keep it for many years. That
Exactly.
is what we need.
Yeah, I'm still
The
seeing comments
support,
about the partner. Go ahead, sorry.
yes, the support is very, very important. If you get the full support of your partner, your family, your children, they can support you too. If you get the support, believe me, you will grow as a flower and still
Exactly.
growing. Yes, and that is that is what we need. How to do that, how to manage that, how to ask support, because you
Mm,
can you can get support, but you have to
Mhm.
ask if you need it. If you
yes.
see nobody's trying, ask. How to
Yeah.
ask? What do you want to do? What do you want? That's it. Yes.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
is so important because sometimes we may be drowning, we may be dying, and we dare
Yes.
not ask for support. So
Yes.
we have to identify when we need that support, and we also have to understand, ways about going about in terms of how to ask for it. So very, very important point. Again, I want to touch on the topic of selecting the right partner again because the difference of selecting a good partner and selecting a bad partner when it comes to business is understanding that, babes, we need this $5,000 this month to inject into the business, because when we inject this 5,000 into the business at the end of the month, we're gonna double, triple times that to bring it back to the household. And if you don't have a partner that understands that type of relationship, then you may not grow, your business may not grow, and the household is suffering. So, again, select the right partners. Let me check my chat here. Rihini, no, we saw that point again. Hannah, then we have Alyssa is saying, Judy-Ann, yes, you are on point, right? Persons' questions or statements can give points or ideas to others for their business, right? Yeah, that is from the session, the tribe sessions. This is all part of learning from each other and taking pinpoints from what we can change, fix, or add to help us grow as an individual and also our business. Very important point. Roya is saying blessings to everyone. Thanks to the Tribe 2023 program, we are learning to take our entrepreneurial idea to the next level of a business with vision. Very important. Thanks for sharing that. Rahini is saying we may have to have some male partners on the chat
Yes.
too. Of course, we definitely want to get the male perspective on that chat once we put it together. So we'll get some really powerful men, to share on that particular topic once we set things in place. Mercy is saying, great point, Georgesette. Shayla is saying, just the forum to make that thought come to life. The idea brought to life. Thank you. She's talking about the Strive program. Mercy is saying, so true, sis. So that's probably a point you made there, Judy. And let's see here. Rena Alyssa again is saying, I think having small events for all these small businesses, because I believe each one can help one. Having a continuous event or program or projects where they can show up what they provide can help persons' business to grow. But as I learned yesterday in class, your family and friends are your first supports and investors. Yeah. Yes, your family and friends are those that are the very first adopters and helpers and investors in your business, and they are great support once you have them. We A comment here from Renel. A baby is a good interpretation because just like a child, you have to prioritize your business. And if you want it to grow, you have to be consistent towards this. Consistency is key. Binta is agreeing to that. A solid support system is important. Rahini, women must be trained on finding financial support from organizations, grant writing, looking at investors, looking at equity sharing. I think in the Caribbean, just to kind of stray a little, in the Caribbean, when we start a business, and I've seen it, when we start a business as entrepreneurs in the Caribbean, we have a product, we need money, we exchange that product for money. But in terms of the mechanism and the strategies, we don't get caught up in that. We don't do budgets, we don't analyze, we don't do research, we don't look for grants or look for investment because they are out there. you know Probably even before I got into entrepreneurship, I didn't know anything about equity. Investors can invest into a business and you exchange that investment for some form of equity in a business. And then there's a whole, procedure on how to break that down. So I guess these are some of the things we can definitely, bring to the women's platform and offer, our female entrepreneurs to help them thrive, help them develop and grow. As a last point here, Hannah is saying, I want to know more about the Thrive program. That is amazing. And we will definitely get on to you, Hannah, and, share some more about the Thrive program. I think you can, send us a message on Women's Facebook page and we will reach out to you personally. Right. So as we come to the end and wrapping this segment up, I think it was a pleasure being with you all this evening, ladies. Hearing from our sisters in Suriname, and just understanding some of the challenges and some of the solutions we can offer to you all, and just to assist where necessary. I want to ask though, um, and I think we touched on this too. Do you think that women in Suriname can benefit from these programs and maybe some curated programs specifically to Suriname, and how can we work with what is currently being done locally in Suriname? Are there government initiatives? Are there other NGOs that are doing things similar? How is the best way, I would say, women should and could partner and work with women in Suriname?
Okay. If I may,
Yeah.
there are many women organization in Suriname. There are local organization, so we can partner up with them to talk about how we can improve the women internship. We can do workshops, AIDS program, like the Thrive program we have. It's very beneficial. They will learn very much of it. It's what
Mm-hmm.
I am experiencing, and that's it. They can, yes, that's it.
Awesome, awesome. And Josette, like in terms of like government and maybe some of the policies, I wish Soke was here to share some of those with us.
Yeah.
What is being done there, and how can we bolster support and assist there?
Okay, as mentioned by Judy-Ann, we have many organizations, most importantly like NGOs that
Yeah.
focus on women. But each of them has their own focus point, like
Yes.
their own topic. It's women, but something else. So a good collaboration would be good. But other than that, also like a long term program, not just something for a few months, like a real long-term project that's set out for maybe a year.
Yeah.
So we can also follow up with these women. We have women, female entrepreneurs in Suriname. As I already put out a project there that's necessary. How to sustain your business.
Right.
Because what I say is we focus on, okay, we just make profit, but what happens after that? So that's something that we could tap into. If we have all of the organizations working together, maybe our policy makers, I'm not sure if we will
Yeah.
have policies directed only towards women. I don't think so. I don't even think that that's wise to have it only focused on women, but I can be wrong. But coming together with all of them because they have their own focus points, that would be good because then you have a point of view of many angles and then
Yeah.
set up a long term project to support our Surinamese women.
Awesome. Well said, well said, well said, ladies. I am super, super thankful for the discussion tonight, for all of your contribution tonight. I am super proud, I must say, and also for our viewing audience who were very active with us tonight and shared some of their tips and strategies and even topics for our next Face It and Fix It. We will bring that segment on supportive partners and relationship building for you all, right? I just want to put here and state that our aim at women-owned media and education network is to create a platform for women which caters to multi-issues by employing a multi-strategy approach through knowledge and skill-based development, aid programs, counseling, and other services. I do want to mention, though, that just like some of you all, we are early at forming this business, this NGO that is known as Women. However, Lucy and myself have been working, for many years in the backgrounds with women in different capacities. So what we decided to do is basically put our heads together and bring forward what we know as women. So I want to pass it over to Lucia to close us out for this wonderful and amazing segment with our Suriname sisters.
Oh my God. And I was just relaxing here in the background, listening to these amazing contributions. And I have to say that we are really, really proud. We are really, really proud of our Surinamese sisters. We are really, really proud of our audience. I mean, we are proud of being women on media and education network. As Jimmy just mentioned, these have been a baby in the making from our very own separate ways of life. We just decided, you know what, there is so much to offer. And I hear you all mentioning all the time during the conversation about unity. It has to be about unity. It doesn't matter how many organizations are working towards women. The key word here is unity. We have to create that synergy, where all of us could come together and say, listen, this is what in front of us, how we could actually look at this from the different angles. Because something is clear, the issues of women are multiple. And we here at Women, what Jimmy and myself have decided, we don't want a one fits all approach. We identify that each need for each woman individually, each woman individually, each country, each region, we want to be able to meet you at the point of your need. The issue itself by itself could be the same, but how do you actually deal with that particular issue in your area, according to your culture, according to your belief? Because we don't want to damage no one, right? We are here to construct, we are here to mend, we are here to heal. And this is the platform that we want to create, a platform that you could come and you could fit in some way, somehow. because this is not a one fits all size. No. So I really, really, thank God for giving us this vision and giving us the strength to actually carry on the task. Because, ladies, I mean, as the Bible says, the laborers are few, but the harvest is ripe. So I want to really invite you, and I'm so proud of the ladies who actually are thriving with us in this business development program. You have shown real support, and beyond what you have learned in terms of your business, we are creating a community, a real supportive community. We need to support each other beyond the slogan that we need to support each other. We actually have to get our hands on the ground and support each other. And something that I also wanted to emphasize, our organization is a very progressive organization. And something that Georgesette was mentioning, what happened after you get all the knowledge? Where this follow up? Well, we following up with all our ladies. We actually have plans after we finish the program. We are going to keep working with them. We are already a family. So after we finish giving you that knowledge, getting your feedback, guess what? We are going to launch your businesses. And we already promised them that. If you are new, if you are now starting your entrepreneurial career, guess what? We are going to help you to launch your business. If you already have a established business, guess what? If you are stuck, we are going to push you to move forward. Right? We want to be that soil that keep nurturing you. All you have to do is to show up. All you have to do is be part of Women on Media and Education Network. All you have to do is to be hungry for success. And we are listening. We are listening. Our programs are tailored program, right? And I always give the testimony how we started our first pilot program with the Hispanic community here in Trinidad and Tobago. We designed this program to suit their needs. They approach us because they look at our mission and our vision. And I want to believe that they say, well, maybe this is too good to be truth. But let me ask, when they came, lo and behold, that was our first pilot program. We was only designing it for 5 ladies. Lo and behold, about 14 of them signed up, about 7 or 6 of them, 7 or 8 of them graduated. Some of them are back with us here in Thrive, right? From that, we didn't leave it like that. We carried them to our entrepreneurial fair, right? We expose them. Now we expose their businesses. We take it step further. We did another pilot program with the local community, right? And today we are proud and thankful to God to say that Thrive Women Business Development Program 2023 is a joint program with the local community and also the Spanish community of entrepreneurs here in Trinidad and Tobago. All of them receiving the same food, the same support, the same knowledge. It's amazing how they could interact, right? Language barrier is no longer an excuse for success. Language barrier within Women on Media and Education Network is no longer an excuse for success, right? Networking is one of our core to bring communities together, to bring women together. As Judy was saying, sometimes somebody asks a question and she just like, oh, but I didn't think about that. And that could work for her business.
Yeah.
Right? So this is what we are about. Bringing about the best of you. And of course, let me put this out there one more time. We are not a feminist organization.
We're not. I know
We
that
are
that is
not.
one thing we always say at the beginning or at the end or at the middle of a segment like this, and I didn't say it this time because we touched on topics, relating to males. So awesome, guys. We are not a feminist organization.
We are not a feminist organization.
Right.
We understand the need of the male figure in our lives. Some of us have chosen to be single. Some of us have chosen just to be dedicated to our careers, but those do not mean or does not mean that we are not aware, fully aware and understand the
Exactly.
role of the male figure in our life, in our midst, because God never meant for us to be alone, right? He never meant for us to be alone. We are alone by choices,
By
right?
choice.
So we understand, and in fact, if you go back to our programs, you will see that we had an amazing campaign called the Chican campaign, and we have males in our programs. We interview men in our programs because even for us to develop as females, we need the feedback of the men
Yeah, we do.
so that we could do it better, right? There's a say that say if you want to go fast, you go by yourself, but if you want to go further, you have to be in a team together. Everyone achieve
Yes.
more. And when you
Exactly.
have a significant other, that is just your teammate for life,
Yeah.
right? So we are not a feminist organization. Yesterday we had an amazing session. I mean, a powerhouse session, and guess what? We had a male serial planner actually give us great nuggets,
Semyon Williams.
right? Giving us great nuggets. So, ladies, I really, really, and I love how this went. As Jimmy say, we have to find a topic for February, and God give us really the best direction. When the direction is given by God, you cannot go wrong. And look, we have touched in all the topics, so basically all the topics we wanted to touch for the month of February. We talk about love, we talk about developments, we talk about unity,
Culture.
right? We talk about our business. So for me, I really, really want to thank you for being an awesome audience. I want to thank Jimmy for being an exceptional co-founder. A young woman that I always say, I saw her like the butterfly when it's in the cocoon, very diligent in her studies, and to see her, this butterfly that she is today, really a very important piece of women on media and education network, very proactive, intelligent, always taking initiative and bringing all her knowledge for this organization. I really, really want to thank God for her. And, Judy, it was such a pleasure to meet you in Suriname. It was amazing,
Yeah.
amazing talking to you in Suriname. And you
Yeah.
see, um, everything is already orchestrated. Women is committed. Women on Media and Education Network is committed to work with our women, sisters, women in Suriname, right? And you have a whole network of female entrepreneurs already to back you up in so in
Yes,
so
yes.
doing, you know. Uh,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is really a pleasure. This has been an awesome session, one of the best Face It
Yeah.
and Fix It, because this is what it is. A
Yeah.
real program. We deal with
Yeah.
real issues. We have to face it
And fix
in
them.
order to fix it.
So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, and to our amazing panelists tonight, we bid you farewell. We bid you good night. Um, you know, Feel free to interact with us via our social media pages, our Facebook page, our Instagram page, our YouTube, because we have every one of our Face It and Fix It on our YouTube. So we will share that YouTube link on our Facebook, and feel free to go back, learn, interact, comment, give us suggestions. We want your suggestions because, as Lucia said, these programs, all of our programs, are curated programs that meet you at your need. If you want to hear about a particular topic, we will create our program to suit that particular topic, and everybody benefits and everybody learns, everybody grow and develop. So, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. It was an amazing session. I really, really am extremely proud of our panelists and, the discussions we had here tonight. So I want to say farewell to you all. And yes, feel free to interact with us. We love you all. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.